Hello, Taurus. This is your general reading for the week of the 13th to the 19th of August, Taurus, sun, moon, or rising sign, depending on what you resonate best with. Let's go ahead and have a look and see what message or messages come through for you for this week, Taurus. Taurus. So Taurus, I do feel the situation here is one that you're trying to manifest something. I feel like you're trying to create something. I feel like you're working on something right now, trying to manifest something, trying to create something that could have to do with your job. It could have to do with work. I do want to say I feel like you're trying to make something right now. Trying to possibly get ahead at work or trying to move to the next level essentially here, Taurus. I feel like you're trying to manifest possibly a higher position where you're working, or quite possibly you're trying to be more specialized at what it is that you do. I feel like you're working towards this. I feel like you're trying to bring this energy into creation, essentially trying to master what it is that you're doing, becoming more specialized at what you're doing. I feel like there could be some challenges with this, trying to have some kind of focus or some kind of concentration in general. I feel like there could be some kind of block to concentration this week, or there could be some kind of possibly trying to see things from a different perspective to try to manifest this, or to try to let go of some kind of idea or some kind of belief that you have regarding this. Because I do feel like you're trying to manifest possibly a higher position where you're working right now. And I feel like there could be some kind of possible block here regarding the level of focus and concentration that you have. However, Taurus, I do want to say that whatever it is that you're trying to do, I do see that it is going to manifest. I do see a lot of positive energy around it. And I feel like quite possibly it could have something to do with how you're thinking of trying to do it, how you're trying to manifest it. I feel like it has something to do with mental energy here, because I feel like there could be some kind of block in general in mental energy that is possibly blocking you from getting to that next point at your workplace. If we're dealing with a workplace situation. If we're dealing with a relationship here, I feel like the block has something to do with expansion in a relationship in general. How to move on to that next phase in the relationship, how to go from point A to point B. I feel like there's the image that's coming is there's a bridge that needs to be crossed right now from point A to point B. I feel like you're at this point A stage right now. You're trying to get to point B. You have all the resources. You have everything that you want. You know what it is you want. But I feel like getting to point B, there's some kind of challenge. And I feel that the challenge has to do with how you're thinking, essentially. It has to do with how you're thinking, what your thought process is. I feel like something needs to be broken down regarding your thought process, or regarding your level of concentration as well, Taurus. This could be simply having something to do with your level of concentration. I feel that it could be you're either burning yourself out essentially because you're focused too much on the situation, or the process that you've taken to arrive at a higher position, or arrive at this specialization, if you will, or to expand in your work or relationship. The process the thought process needs to change. The thought process needs to change. Something needs to be completely different from what you're doing right now. Taurus, I almost feel like there needs to be some kind of light shed on this situation. The situation needs to be addressed. I feel like there could be some kind of introspection or some kind of change of thinking in general to help you achieve this goal right here. Because I feel right now there's a possible block in expanding in your work or your relationship. I know, I feel that you know exactly what it is you want. And the thing that's blocking you, I feel, is your thought process. Essentially, your thought process is it needs to be changed. It needs to be done somewhat differently. And I want to say sometimes this has to do simply if we are making a list exactly from 1 to 10, for example, of the steps that we need to do to achieve our goal or achieve a particular objective. Sometimes it's just a matter of putting those things in order in a correct way, or in a way that's going to help us achieve our goals. Sometimes we may try to rush through a step, or we may want to skip a step. We may try to get from point A to point B, but we haven't quite built the bridge, for example, in the strongest way possible. So we have weak points. And I'm almost feeling that like there's some kind of weak point here in the way that you're thinking, in the focus, in the concentration, in the way that you are trying to execute something. I feel like there's some kind of weak point that needs changing. Taurus, I feel like it is going to change nonetheless. I feel like I feel that there's going to be some kind of contemplation, or some kind of something is going to spark you to address this situation regarding your thought process in general. I feel this could have something to do with maybe meditating on the subject, maybe meditating on what it is that you're doing, meditating on what it is that you want, quite possibly trying to shine a light onto this idea, onto this plan, onto this. And I really feel, Taurus, that there's going to have to be some alone time. I feel that quite possibly to be able to bring this into manifestation, there's going to have to be some kind of time that you spend alone to be able to work on, work through this, the process that you're taking, the thought process that you're taking to be able to achieve, or to be able to manifest this objective, or to manifest this goal. Like I said, Taurus, if this is work, I feel like you're manifesting or trying to manifest something where you're promoted at your job, where you're starting to become more specialized at your job. If it's a relationship, I feel like you're trying to expand yourself in that relationship. This could be emotional, this could be mental, this could be physical expansion in general in the relationship, but I feel like you're trying to move to that next level, and you're trying to do something in a way that you're working more closely with your partner. I really feel like there's going to be some kind of plan or something being made with your partner towards the future, Taurus. And so overall, like I said, I feel like you're trying to manifest something. I feel that there could be some kind of block, some kind of stagnation, and it has to do with your thought process. So if your question this week is, why am I unable to move forward in a relationship or in my job? The reason has to do with something with the thought process, how you're thinking. Some kind of belief or some kind of process that you're doing needs to change, Something needs to be different than how you're currently doing it regarding the process, regarding how you're executing something. I feel like it is that you know what you want, you know exactly what you're going after, but I feel like some kind of introspection or some time alone needs to be, that you need to spend some time alone to be able to think about how you're executing this, how to change up the thought process in general to permit you to be able to manifest exactly what it is that you want, because I feel like you have all the resources right now. You have the desire, you have the willpower, you have everything you want, but there's something in the way that you're thinking, in the plan in general, as to how the plan is laid out, how the plan is going to be executed. And so it's this that needs to be addressed, and some kind of light needs to be shown essentially on the situation, in order to assist you in creating that bridge essentially to go from point A to point B. So that is the overall message that I'm seeing for you for this week, Taurus. Do let me know if you have questions or comments. If you would like additional readings, you can find additional readings via the links below. If you would like personal readings, you can find my contact info via the links below. Do subscribe if you like this material, and have a good week.